Hi, I'm Colin Campbell, Director of Global Basic Technology, and we would like to show you our product ArtifactsPro and how it can be useful to your business and organization. So just to start off, ArtifactsPro is a platform to enable revision control within a business environment aimed at reducing chaos. So some organizations, find it hard to properly track documents that have multiple versions. For instance, let's say you have a monthly report, you have different versions of this, you have version A, B, and C. And to collaborate on these documents and to keep track of these changes, it can be a complete mess. So just to get started, I'll just show you how this can be of value. So to get started, let's create an artifact essentially it's your defined document, and I'm gonna call this monthly report. Let's say that I would want to keep track of different versions of multiple reports I have where multiple members within my organization is working on this, right? Monthly report, and it's specific for March. So March monthly report, and March, right? March time. So let me see, upload documents, right? And first, I'll just upload documents. In this, I'll do my first version of the document, right? Version 1, and I'll comment on what was changed. So I can just say changed the grammar. Now let's choose the document that we upload. So it's March, so we can consider version 1. And this is how most organizations at all will tend to keep track of their documents that have multiple versions, but this can tend to lead to chaos, as it can be confusing when multiple people are working with this, right? So I'm going to document. Here it is. Click on this, and of course I can see, well, that was me who made a comment, right? Simple as that. And let's say that I would want to add members so I can collaborate with this particular document, and this is where the idea of virtual workspaces come into play. So come here, let me click on Workspace essentially it's a group. Just like in Microsoft Teams, you have different teams. Workspace allows collaborations and communications around these documents. So let me say report team, and this is the workspace. And of course I can add a member, so I have somebody who's added to my account already, and of course I'm add an artifact so I can work with. And since this is something I won't want specific members to have access to, I will just click secure this document. I can password protect it, so I'm into my password for this document. And I'm add who I want to have access to it. So I want him access to it, and he can view on the floor because I want him to modify the report stuff. Finish. I'm adding. So I added artifact, and I added it with security features, so I can show you here. Artifacts, and here I can see that this person right here has permissions to view and upload documents, and I will show you from that person's perspective how they interact with it. And here we are from the other user's perspective, the other user accounts that we've added recently to the monthly report team. And let me go to the artifacts page. Of course, we can select this drop down to show which workspaces or context you want to show the artifacts from. And since this user John Doe was added to the monthly report team, I can select this to view the artifacts within that workspace or context. So since this user has access to this artifact now, he can go onto it, and he can of course upload document versions that he might have modified. So let's come here and let's upload a document version from this user's perspective. And then other comments, what was changed. It's very important for me to be descriptive for what was changed in this document version. So I could have said that, well, I changed the fonts, and I also added a paragraph detailing the fun stuff that had happened to the team this month, right? And I can choose the document version. Okay, so I'm gonna come here and let me select monthly report revision 2 for the month of March, right? And then here, now I can close this. And once I click on this, I have the option to show a preview, but I'll go into that now, and I can see what was changed right here. And of course, I can see I made this change. If I click on version 1, I can see this also, right? However, if I want most of my team members to know of my updates, I can come here, right here, and I can start the discussion. So I can say updated month, the report, March. I updated the March report. I am awaiting feedback. So this tool can be used to communicate with your team. Much of the team members who have access to this workspace can be updated within this discussion. And I can post this. Of course, I can do a message thread. And of course, we can have discussions with the team about specific issues pertaining to your artifact. So I can go back as the main user and I can show you how this works. So here we are on the main account that we've been using, and we can come here and we can see, of course, what Mr. John Doe has done. Me like it looks good. I'm going to review now, and I can say, well, it looks good. That's all we need for this to be submitted. You can expose that first. But let's say that we don't want John Doe to have access to this document any longer because his role is fulfilled. So as the person who owns the account, I can, for one, restrict his privileges by making him guest within this workspace. And I can also restrict his access to this artifact by removing him from artifact access list. And if we go back to his account and from his perspective, we can see what will happen. So we're here from John Doe's perspective, and as we can see right here, he still has access, but he can still see this artifact right here. However, if he goes on it, he will need to enter the password, right, which may or may not be provided to him. And this can be useful if you want to restrict access to certain members You can be specific on who you want to have access or not, regardless of not if they are part of a team. So with the use of Workspaces and revision control, ArtifactsPro is meant to optimize your business and reduce the chaos associated by improving transparency and collaborative efficiency.